What is growing on? So this is going to be a little market garden expansion video, show you some new areas that we've kind of transitioned from a grass to a grass, and the sweet potato area that's kind of starting to come along. So stay tuned. I guess quick update on the shade nursery. It said I'd make a full video on that, but there's not enough to talk about. 90% capacity. Girls got it about filled up. So let's go find Mr. Nick. Hey man, what's going on?
Kale.
Kale, that's what's growing on.
Kale, yes, kale, yeah.
Kale, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, this is White Russian.
More kale. What are these, bunch of different Salanovas?
These are Salanovas. This is different types of lettuce. This is purple pak choi. That's Tokyo Bacana. That's a Asian green that I kind of let go to flower and use it like broccoli, and it's really good. Put it in like stir fry and stuff. Multi-sown beets, and then bunching onion. Some leeks.
Some leeks?
Right, some leeks. Bulb fennel is all going out in a couple days. Replacement kales. More Salanova. That's gotta go out. I got a fine spot for it. Mustard green. I'm gonna do that for big mustard green bunches instead of baby greens. Doing some calendula. This is a seed that I saved in Washington. These are a few different flowers. It's Western Blue Lupin. A whole bunch of stuff that I just seeded yesterday. I don't remember what it is. But
all right, nice. Tell us what's new out here. What's changed? Where would you expand at?
We expanded to the new property finally, and we expanded to, I don't remember, was it in the last video?
They haven't seen it yet.
The Syntropic area.
You might have seen it's coming, but
I've got half of this whole area broad forked, beds are done, and almost half of it's planted already. Got a whole bed of lettuce over here. This is all Hawkeye turnips. The seeder kind of dumped them a little too deep or too thick, and I'm gonna have to thin some of them out, which is a pain in the butt. It's all spinach, and I threw some beans in just to see how they do.
okay.
And then this is half a bed of Mizuna and then half a bed of arugula at the end. And then this bed's not planted. It's gonna do direct seeded beets there. And then this whole half I still have to broad fork. It's only able to fit 2 beds per section. I was hoping to get 3, but it's just not gonna work. So we're dealing with 2.
Bummer. So we've had some action with some lettuce getting eaten, right?
Yeah, I think it's bugs.
Bugs?
And I think they're coming out of the wood chips. It's literally only this bed, so it's got to be something that lives in this bed, because it's like just nibbling the new growth out of the centers, and you can kind of see, I don't know if you want to walk down there, but
Halfway where they're weak, huh?
yeah, a lot of them have just been mauled down to nothing. If it was a rabbit, this stuff started getting eaten like the night or the second night after it was planted, and if it was a rabbit it would have pulled the whole plug out. There's not enough roots to hold it in the ground yet, so.
Yeah, I've been seeing some bare
bugs.
spots in the center paths. That's probably from that storm yesterday, huh?
Bare spots.
You know, like where it almost looks washed out, like where it took the organic matter down there. Even.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. In the other garden, in that low corner where we had a lot of washout early on, the walkways were all rippled, but the beds, they held together because all the roots and biology holding everything together. But thankfully that didn't wash out.
I have a friend around the corner who lost half his garden last night, and
Really?
he asked me what we lost, so I
Nothing.
didn't really get an update.
Nothing. There's so much water that came down yesterday. and it like downpoured, so some of like the leafy greens, like the Mizuna that looks like crap anyways, like a lot of it got laid down, and you can kind of see some of the plants bending back up slowly. But yeah, that's this morning, all of that was just leveled.
That was just from the monsoon, huh?
Yeah, it dumped. I was impressed. I don't know. A lot of it's the same stuff. Haven't like cropped out too much.
I see some bare spots where you're walking too. This corner washes out.
Yeah, so this is the low corner from like this post to about like halfway across the garden, and then halfway in between the width of the garden. It just slopes down, and you can see it in like the paths.
Comes off.
Yeah, it really runs.
What I'm talking about.
But this whole area over here, we're definitely gonna have to raise the grade with a bunch of wood chips, because this was like 4 inches of water.
That was a pond yesterday.
That was a pond yesterday, yeah. And if we're thinking about putting a little greenhouse or some kind of something for starts, nursery to organize stuff, it's gonna have to be out of the water.
All right. Any difficulties? They're really easy? What's going on?
I mean, it's not been bad. It's really humid here, so there's some fungal problems. I've been fighting that with some biological plant extracts and stuff, but other than that, everything's doing fairly well. I'm starting to, now that a lot of the beds are going on their third rotation of crops, after I crop something out, I'm starting to put a new layer of compost down just to maintain it. That way I don't have to go through the whole garden and cover everything all at once. It'll save some time and energy. But this bed of carrots, that early on was a dud in the sense that it only had like 30% germination. It came around. Everybody at market is going crazy for these carrots.
You said they were excited about the carrots.
Yes, I'm excited about the carrots. I love
I
carrots.
think Jim actually expressed a little jealousy about the carrots today.
Did he?
You got a carrot jump on him.
Good.
Yeah. We got you, Jim.
Yeah.
Hope you're watching.
Yeah. But all the I had radishes and turnips interplanted, and they did okay, but alternaria came in, and just because the carrot tops did what they were supposed to, they outgrew the radishes eventually. Just wasn't enough airflow for them, so cropped them out. And this was all carrots last week. They all went to market. Every bunch sold like within an hour of being at market. And so now it's all broccoli.
This bed looks like freshly something.
Yeah. So this is fresh compost.
And those aren't dog prints. These are your fingerprints I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'll kneel and then I'll reach across the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, the dogs aren't
those are
getting in
Nick
here.
prints. Okay.
Fist prints.
It's the last time you sent me that picture. So what did you do to this? Did you just tilled it, turned it?
No, I just well, what was here? There's carrots here, so you can see.
You just raked it out? Is that why I'm seeing the gray on top?
Yeah, this is what it looks like after I crop out the carrots. There's all the little carrot holes and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll put some azomite and some harmony down just a little bit, and then rake it in with a rake, not my hand.
There's the color right there. Okay.
Yeah, and then that has about a wheelbarrow load of compost on top, but I'm just putting it in 5-gallon buckets and spacing it out. 4 buckets to do the whole.
How many times have you tripped on these nails?
I don't trip on the nails. I watch where I step.
These are what I'm talking about. All right.
They're on the corners of the beds. You shouldn't be walking close to the bed anyways.
No, I'm trying to look at you. I'm running the camera. Almost went down, guys.
Yeah, everything else is doing good. The cucumbers that were all along this whole entire front edge of the garden, they got cropped out like, what, 3 weeks ago? I don't know if that was in the last video or not. But I replanted with cucumbers, so we'll see how they do. I'm gonna.
What you need to be showing them is the amazing pickles you made.
I know. I should go grab a jar.
Yeah.
How many have you eaten?
I'm on jar number 3, but you gave me a big jar this time, so you finally slowed me down.
It was a quart.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll call that 5.
Yeah. Been tearing them up.
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right, let's see this sweet potato area. It looks a little better finally, huh?
It's coming around.
Okay.
For like a week, I ran the water like, I don't even know, maybe an hour and a half, and just soaked the heck out of the place. I think that washed. Okay, so here's, I don't know if it was in the last video, but I think the manure either had too much ammonia in it initially, and then when it went down really deep, it turned to alcohol, and it burned a lot of the plants, because, I mean, I cropped out 2 of the beds already that were just, they've fried. And a nitrogen deficiency wouldn't really do that, so that's what I'm kind of blaming right now. But I soaked it, thinking maybe the water will just wash everything out and kind of deplete the soil, and then I can build it up again, because this is a ton of organic matter. It wouldn't be hard to fix, and it's working, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
I put a dose of my tea down. I need to do a big dose of it. But
Give us the rundown real quick. What's growing in here? I'll go outside the fence so I'm not tripping and falling. You know.
Yeah.
Safe zone.
Just planted the edge of this. Just I had like half a tray of speckled romaine, so I figured I'd throw it there. We'll see how it does. Just planted parsley all along the fence. That'll get really thick, and if it gets going, the other stuff in the other garden's taking its time. If it gets going, it'll create a nice hedge right at the fence, so it keeps the grass from creeping in, and I don't have to weed it as much. Parsley's amazing like that.
I see some sweet potato sprouts here and there coming back.
Yeah,
that's 2 outside. There's 1 or 2 inside.
I hate sweet potatoes now. They're such a weed. I swear I got every sweet potato out, but I guess I didn't. And they're coming up all over the place, and so I'm weeding them and just tossing the slips over, and that's just from I do it in the middle of the day so it wilts, and they still make it.
Can't even kill
That was
them?
like 2 weeks ago. Just the slips sitting on the ground on top of grass, and they're growing.
Shows you how tough sweet potatoes are, huh?
They're ridiculous.
Oh.
Anyways, got romaine. This is broccoli. This was pak choi, but it fried and I cropped it out. This is kohlrabi starting to come around. This is bok choy. This is another bed of kohlrabi, another bed of bok choy. Celery, that's starting to pull through. This is dill down the center with Napa cabbages on the side, and you can see some of them fried completely and some of them are starting to come back. So I might just crop those out and replace the sides of the beds. This is that Tokyo Bacana. It's real patchy. Again, stuff just got fried. Another bed of cabbage and dill. This is bulb fennel, arugula, and 5 different types of mustard. What is that? Romaine, broccoli, lettuce that just went in today. This broccoli went in today, and then more broccoli down in that little corner. And then sugar snap peas and some cosmos along
Those
the
the
end.
flowers I'm seeing right there by the fence?
Yeah,
Cool.
some cosmos. They're not doing too hot.
I'm like, that's not a weed? What
No.
is that over there?
No, they're not doing good at all, so.
Okay.
But we're just leaving them. Yeah, here's those darn slips that just got tossed into the grass. Growing.
Can't even kill the sweet potatoes. It's crazy. I knew I saw another one down here too. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a handful of slips just sitting there.
Shows you they're pretty easy to grow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Can't even kill them.
No. But, yeah, everything's doing pretty good.
No
For the most
complaints.
part. No complaints.
Okay.
As of yet.
What I like to hear.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Nick. Keep up the good work. Pound dirt.
Pounder.
All right, guys, garden update. To get some of Nick's amazing vegetables, you can go to Tasty Tuesdays in downtown Newport Richey, or you can go to the Trinity Market. We'll be at our first market, which is the first Saturday of every month here coming up in January. Check it out. Hope you enjoyed the garden update. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Most importantly, it's almost 2023. Get out there and start a garden. Pound dirt.